Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TG, here to bring you another episode of my weekly Q&A show to other people's questions where I answer mostly all the questions that have been sent to me over the past week. We still got a shorter episode than we normally would get, but we did get more questions this time, so I think some of you guys are at least starting to get the concept of adding a question that has depth. Now, remember, like always, if there was a question that you sent into the comment section of the last video and you don't hear it in this video, be sure to check the comment sections of that video because chances are I answered them there. So starting off with the first question coming from Brady Burke, you want to know, what does the Devil May Cry 5 ending mean? Are we never going to see Dante and Vergil again? I won't go that far, but I think it's okay to say that if Nero is now going to be the next main hero, then we can move away from Dante and Vergil. There's really no need to put it this way. We can stop following them. I mean, their whole story arc had. If you really think about it, it had really been over since Devil May Cry 1. After that, the story really became less and less about them because, as you know, Dante had already killed Mundus, who was the one responsible for, trapping his father and then killing his mother. And so there really isn't a reason to bring Dante back. He doesn't really have any more real, challenges. Unless you want him to just keep going around and just keep killing demons, but that's every day of his life. I think in order to really have a major impact when you're telling a story, you kind of always want to make sure that your main protagonist has some sort of personal connection with your antagonist, and when you don't have that, then there's just no need to bring him back. So while I don't think it's the last time we will see Dante and Vergil, I would be fine if Capcom moved away from those characters and you just didn't focus on them more and you started building up newer characters or characters that haven't been given as much screen time as Dante and Vergil. So that's what I think it means. Next question comes from Zach Taff. Interesting. And you want to know, what is my take on the Mass Effect ending? I'm assuming you mean after BioWare added all the improvements and additions and fixed a few things. Well, the problem, Zach, is that Mass Effect 3 still has technically 4 endings, so it's kind of hard. But if I will say that all 4 of the endings were improved upon, and they are much better now than they were when the game first came out. So, that's my take on the endings. Next question comes from the Batman of Neon Gotham, and you want to know, actually this is my personal favorite question of the episode, if Darth Malgus were to have ever lived in the Galactic Republic, what do I think his opinion would be of Palpatine and Vader as Sith Lords? I think he would be pretty happy that they were able to decisively kind of wipe out most of the Jedi. In some cases, one could argue that Sidious and Vader had much more success than Malgus did during his time. So I think he would be pretty happy with what they were able to achieve. Now, question being, if he had lived during the Galactic Republic, that could be a bit of a problem. With the whole rule of 2 thing, it's kind of odd. You have 3 Sith in an era where only 2 can survive, and so one of them would have to go. Chances are Palpatine might try to make Malgus and Vader go at it, and then whoever survived would, be the new apprentice. But technically both Vader and Malgus kind of won the top job, so it would be a pretty strange situation between the 3. And the last question of the episode comes from Will Williams, and you want to know, what 3 video game consoles, not including any PlayStation consoles, are my favorite? Okay, now, if you're like me, I consider consoles and handhelds different, but, let's just keep it consistent and just count everything. Okay, well, they're all gonna be Nintendo, obviously. Top three favorite. They're not in any particular order. These are just the ones that stick out to me the most. Definitely Nintendo 64, by far, easily. Then Super Nintendo. That's a good one. And then it's a Game Boy, but I'm trying to think which one. I guess I could say the 3DS. I mean, it does allow me to play older games, not too many older games, which, that would have been nice. But I think you can buy some of those games on the Nintendo store, which I haven't done yet. So I know. I guess I'll go with the the 3DS Game Boy. So yeah. So that does it for this particular episode. I would like to thank everyone that sent in your questions, either that were sent into this particular video or in the comment section. Remember, if you have any more questions you'd like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below. And if you want to increase your chances of having them be placed in the video, make sure they have a little bit of depth. Otherwise, I can just answer them in the comment section. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already to keep track of me in my future videos, because I do these every week. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.